Sheffield, nicknamed Shiny Chef, is an elite rarity light cruiser from the Royal Navy and is a part of the Town class of light cruisers, a subclass of the Southampton class. She was originally available through limited construction during the Winter's Crown event before being moved and subsequently removed from the light construction in November of 2022, but is now available through the Medal of Honor requisition. Sheffield was launched from the Vickers Armstrong High Walker Dockyard on the 23rd of July 1936, commissioned on the 25th of August 1937, and was scrapped at Fastlane in 1967. Chef did the usual tasks a British light cruiser did in the Second World War and Cold War. Here are her more interesting exploits. Assisted in the evacuations of Andalsens and Mulde after a failed landing. Escorted multiple carriers for Operation Coat, plane strikes in the Mediterranean. Was accidentally attacked by some of Ark Royal swordfish while hunting for the Bismarck, as they weren't aware of friendly ships in the area. When they located the Bismarck, Sheffield suffered a near miss from her. Shot down an aircraft attacking HMS Nelson. Sank KMS Friedrich Echtholt during the Battle of the Barents Sea. Was the first to spot Scharnhorst during the Battle of the North Cape, and played Ajax in the film The Battle of the River Plate. In her character art, drawn by Maya G. Nya, Chef wears a metal collar with partial chain around her neck, black maid dress with brass buttons on her chest and frills around the ends of her sleeves, shoulders, and the bottom of her dress, white corset, white maid apron with frilled end, white maid headdress with long white ribbons hanging off of it, white thigh highs that are held up by a garter belt, and armored knee-high boots with large heels and crosses. Her rigging consists of two small pistols that have triple-barrel naval cannons attached to them, and two armatures to her left and right, with the right-hand side having a seaplane catapult, triple torpedo launcher, triple-barreled cannon, and ship hull with deck, while the right has two triple-barreled cannons, a single-barreled cannon, some depth charges, and a triple torpedo launcher, as well as the same hull and deck. In her voice lines, voiced by Konomi Kohara, who also voices Akane Tachibana in Classroom of the Elite, Hanako Komodo in Demon Slayer, Miyu Ashihara in Domestic Girlfriend, Kai Yawara in Hitori Bochi, Chika Fujiwara in Kaguya-sama, Shamiko in Demon Girl Next Door, Miyubi Shishido in Set on Academy, Oppa in 2 Year Eternity, Gina Maxwell in Realist Hero, Mona in Genshin Impact, Soda in Nikkei, Stevens M62 in Girls Frontline, and Arona, Plana, and the GSC President in Blue Archive. Chef often does maid duties quite strangely.
害虫だと認識して思わず撃ちましたが、あなたがご主人様ですか？失礼しました。ロイヤルメイド隊、軽巡洋艦シェフィールド、仰せのままに。ご主人様、足元にご注意を。そこ、ついさっき拭いたばかりなので。掃除は銃砲で行うのがメイドの常識です、ご主人様。ご主人様、大好き。これでも感情を3割ぐらい込めていますが。ご仮眠でしたらご主人様、起床時間を教えてくださいませ。この銃でお起こししますので。なるほど。ご主人様はようやく自分が燃えないゴミだと気づいて、私に廃棄処分を願い出たわけですね。なんてね。今のは冗談です。お茶をお入れしますので、少々お待ちください。
At level 125 with max affinity and enhancements, Chef has 3,884 HP, 158 firepower, 299 torpedo, 358 AA, 185 reload, 119 evasion, light armor, 32 speed, 164 accuracy, 78 luck, 89 anti-sub, and consumes 10 oil. Chef has two skills which focus on buffing others and herself. Her first skill, Shiny Chef, at level 10, makes it so that all allies with lower HP than Chef at the start of battle have a 30% chance to receive 50% less damage when taking damage. Her second skill, Counterattack of the Barents Sea, is upgraded to Counterattack of the Barents Sea Plus when Chef has her unique augment module, Cherished Cleaning Equipment, equipped. At level 10, Chef gets plus 12% main gun crit rate and plus 30% crit damage. When the battle starts, she restores 10% of her max HP and increases her own firepower and torpedo by plus 12%. When Chef fires her torpedoes, there's a 100% chance to fire a second wave of torpedoes. Every 20 seconds, she fires a special barrage. The recommended equipment for Chef is the prototype quad 152mm MGM, as it is the light cruiser gun with the highest DPS. 533mm improved quad magnetic torpedo mount since it's the best homing torpedoes, twin 76mm RF Mark 37 GM due to it being the best general use AA gun for Vanguard ships, the repair toolkit and RPG adventure interface or any auxiliary equipment that passively heals and boosts HP to have her S1 proc and be more applicable to more allies, and the cherished cleaning equipment for a buff to her firepower, reload, and second skill. The main strategy with Chef is to always have her HP be the highest to get the most benefit from her first skill, as well as having her unique augment module equipped. By having the highest HP in the fleet, she grants the effect of having a 30% chance to take 50% less damage to all allies in the same fleet as her, increasing their tankiness, and being especially good, potentially, for later stages when you need that extra tankiness for all of your fleet. Placing her in a non-tanking position, like the middle of the 3 Vanguard, is a must. Her S2 is okay, I guess. It does give a lot of buffs, specifically to crit rate, crit damage, torpedoes firepower, and having her fire a second salvo of torpedoes and a special barrage, but really the most important part of it is the 10% HP restoration to further keep Chef's HP above other ships. I could easily see Chef taking part in late game battles when you really need consistent tanking, for the most part, against tougher and tougher enemies. For example, in the newly released World 16. But she will need a fleet comp that makes sure she consistently has the higher HP of all the other ships, which is going to be very hard to maintain. Or else her S1 is going to be useless. Medium high priority to build. Chef Muse sucks, so don't use her. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Arknights and Uma Musume videos as well.